Hello, Marky Dragon, also known as Marcus Eikenberry in real life, and welcome to another episode for Neos Land, the Kickstarter shows. Welcome today. This one is open to the public, and so who knows what we'll get. Maybe the devil will show up, maybe somebody evil. Wait, we already had him. Thank you all for joining. One thing that got brought up just before the show was that there are some people who are YouTubers or streamers who are interested in covering Neos Land on their channels. And if you are interested, please email communitymanager@markydragon.com, and we will be happy to talk to you about that. So, now, those of you who have joined us, please make sure you have headphones on or your mic muted until you're speaking, and the show will go much better. Jacques, welcome back.
Hi, Marcus.
Holding up okay?
Oh, yeah.
You're not
Long
used
day.
to this much attention. Yes. So, okay. Okay, so we've got several people here, and I think that what I'll do is be a tag you're it, and let people ask some questions, and then we're just asking that we have a lot of people that want to join in on this. So after you've had an ask and answered, drop off to make room for the next person that wants in. So, Dakota, how are you today? He's not feeling himself. He's very silent today. Liam, how's it going?
I am not too bad. Hello, sorry about that. Let me just see if I can get the camera activated. It doesn't seem to be. Oh no, there we go. Yeah, I'm not too bad. So, do I just pop in the question?
Sure. What's on your mind?
Well, first of all, is the camera actually turned on?
No, we don't see it, but that's okay.
That's okay. Question was, I asked the question earlier on, this boy Machiavelli, in regards to the housing system, with it being in different climates, whether what you build, depending on what climate, if it deteriorates quicker, and depending on the material that it's built with, would make it sustain a lot longer. Like, would you, if you were to build it with timber that came from the trees in that climate, it would last longer, as those trees have managed to sustain that kind of climate. So therefore, your house would. How would you go about making that kind of system? Because it would be quite complex, I think, to make.
Well, if you look at it, it's the same as having certain resources gathered at certain areas. So it's area specific. So if you would say, for instance, like the wood, if there's a piece of wood that came from that climate and it's a wet climate, if it gets built in another place, another area that's also a wet climate, you could set variables onto it. You say, like if it's in a certain area, then it has certain weather conditions on it, that will last longer, and you can put a duration on that. So that is possible. We are looking at, there was a question on that on the forums before we even started the Kickstarter with in regards to weather systems and weather servers for our own engine. So we're definitely looking at something like that we can control weather, because that question that they had there was, if you were a mage and you wanted to create say a storm come up, you could do that. So even to do something like that, you need to have a own server for the weather system as well set up.
All right, well, that pretty much answers it, really. With material gathering, what about like trees that would get cut down? I take it that would be maybe implemented as well.
Yeah. There's definitely a system in place that we want to do is for gathering resources and so on, like cutting trees down and so on. But also the same way, what the community has brought up so far is, so for instance, if you cut a tree down, then there must be a way to replenish that resource as well. So they come up with an idea. Say, for instance,
you got to replant, otherwise the wood elves are going to come and kick your ass.
Yeah, you have to come up with something there then, huh?
Yeah, you'll end up with lower reputation from the creatures that inhabit the forest, and they'll be a lot more aggressive. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a plus and minus. If you take some stuff away, you get the bad rep for that specific creatures or whatever that's in controlling that, and if you add, you get good rep, and then we'll bring in a system where if you have bad rep, they'll attack you more, and if you have good rep, they will let you go a little bit more around without being attacked.
Oh, that sounds very good, actually. That sounds quite reasonable.
It's kind of like real life.
I don't
the tree huggers will hunt you down if you go cutting down the forest.
That's true. That is true. Yeah, that's true, I suppose. Apart from they're not really monsters. They're not really creatures.
No, they just spike the trees.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, I'll let someone else answer on with the question. Thanks very much.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Okay, hello Dakota. Are you back with us?
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry, I'm not very good at focusing my camera, but I don't think it really matters. The biggest question that I had is stuff that had to do with the guilds. So is it going to be a wide amount of customization for the tabards and stuff?
Are you talking about for instance the looks of players, say for instance cloaks and stuff like that with colors and so on?
Tabards, flags.
Tabards?
Yeah.
Yes.
I want to carry a flag out when I go out front. I want a guild flag. I'm first to be slaughtered. I want to just go. I do that anyway. I die at first anyway. So I just want to go out there with the guild flag. Proud, parading.
Well, if you look at now the whole system and so far what we're developing with the game, we're all for customization. That's our biggest point, right? We try and make anything possible for customization. So definitely there'll be lots of stuff that we can customize with guilds, yeah.
Okay.
Cool. With that said, will somebody be able to upload an image? My Marquee Dragon logo. I want my Marquee Dragon guild, let's say, and I want it on the cape, which you guys have already done. But and I want it on my flag so I can go out there and to my death valiantly.
Yeah.
Anybody else wanting to do that, they can maybe upload an image or something. How do you envision that working?
Well, we follow most probably the same system that we're going to have in place for player-created content, right? Mm-hmm. So it can pretty much be the exact same system that we use for this also, So you can literally customize armor and stuff like that, maybe putting decals on them and so on.
Mm-hmm. Okay, very good. Thanks, Dakota.
Thank you. I look forward to this.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great game, a lot of fun, yeah, I'm definitely gonna be heading out there with my guild and my flag. Yeah, it'll be capture the flag, except it'll be kill the Marquee.
Hang your flag on somebody's wall if they capture you.
Yeah. So, Streaming Canadian, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for asking.
So now, Streaming Canadian, from a name like that, I know it doesn't say that on here, but are you a broadcaster? What do you do?
I am actually a broadcaster. I don't want to get into big details of it, but I'm a broadcaster. I run a network on YouTube, and I do a bunch of other different things. I'm a content creator. You pinned it right correctly. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I am a content creator.
I just thought that. So
yeah.
Okay. So let me ask you a question first.
Oh, sure.
Does what interests you about this game in regards to content creation?
Well, that was just it. I mean, that was kind of leading right into my question, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I mean, I want to be a backer of this game. I mean, that's just it. I mean, I want to be a backer of this game, and I mean, there's a lot of games out there that you can back a game and they never happen to show up. They just disappear or whatever else. I mean, that's why I like the Kickstarter program, first of all, because if the pledges never hit and we never happen to get the money, then we never actually have to pay anything. So I think that's really awesome. Mm-hmm. But here's my question. My question is, for those people, potentially like myself, or people that are big into modding and modifying the client itself or the appearance of the client. For example, let's take World of Warcraft. I think everybody knows what World of Warcraft's all about, that you can put your own UIs and that you can have your different add-ons and all this other kind of stuff. Are you planning on implementing something like that within the game, such as modifying like you would be with Minecraft, to the extent of Minecraft, where there's resolution packs, there's texture packs, there's map customization, the whole 9 yards? Or we even go as far as World of Warcraft, where there's add-ons and all of that other kind of stuff. That's my first question that I wanted to ask.
I definitely think we will definitely be going down that route also in the future, right? Because, like I said once again, right, the way we're doing this is we're allowing a lot of content creation and so on already right off the bat, right, which is not even available in most MMO games out there. So we're already taking that step towards that same exact thing that you're looking at, right, for looking after the modding community as well, and allowing different things that they can modify and so on. Like, the more versatile we can make this, I think the better it's going to be for everybody, right? And then opening it up more to different people like you yourself, right, with content creation and so on.
All right. This other thing is, people have done what you're doing. I mean, there's people out there that have tried to do this same type of concept where you're trying to build a game based solely on what the community wants to see in a game. What can you tell us as the viewer or the supporters to say that this won't fail? I mean, obviously you can't predict the future. You have no idea if it's going to be popular, if it's going to fail, or whatever else it may be. But I mean, other people have tried doing this, and they have obviously failed. It hasn't worked. So what can you say to us that's going to really be completely different than I think you understand the question anyways.
Yeah, I totally understand, yeah. Well, the first thing is, right, even if we don't get backed or anything like that, we'll be making this game because the game is basically showing off our engine as well, right? And we've got two sides to the company. We've got the engine that we'll be selling as well, the Activism Online engine. So, it goes hand in hand with each other, right? And so that being said, there's no chance that we won't be making this game, depending on, it doesn't matter how much of the Kickstarter is successful or not. And the other thing is also, there's most probably many games that's gone out there, but I don't think I've ever seen this amount of community involvement in any game so far. I might be wrong if I might have missed some of them, but so far I haven't seen this actually. And the big thing is also we tried with the first video that we brought out with the housing system, right? We wanted to show that it comes from the community, the process, developing it, and then putting it into the game and showing it to the community. Like, we want to have the clear path of following it, getting it from the community and putting it in, and then getting feedback from it.
Okay, I think that pretty much does answer my thing. Now, my idea that I'd like to see implemented into the game, because I know everybody's had a chance to do that, is, have you thought about putting in player-created auction house systems? I know you've got the towns and stuff like that. What about player-created auction, eBay?
I can tell you that that the community has poo-pooed that idea. They
don't like auction house systems, really?
No,
wow.
No, because they're impersonal. And so we wanted to keep the community interaction more together, and to where you'll be working with someone's vendor or with the actual person. Instead of an anonymous, I'm bidding you 1 gold piece more to try and buy this stuff.
Okay.
So, but that being said, sorry, I was just jumping there quickly. We were thinking about something similar to that, but not to involve players. So we might bring in a auction house system where it's only where you say, for instance, as a real player, you'll stand there as an auctioneer, and you can auction stuff right there, and if people are there by you,
that would be interesting.
They can bid on it. Just like a real auction in real life, right? So that'll take away that the whole global auction house system. That's not what it's going to be. It's going to be a more personalized version of it, that you could say, but you won't be able to stand on the other side of the world and buy something on this side of the world, right? You physically have to be there for the auction to auction stuff, right? Which is the same as doing a vendor system, right? But it comes down to the same thing.
It's all about building community. and everything, and that was very present in Ultima Online. They didn't have an auction system, and you had to work face to face, or you worked with their vendor, or you bought off their vendor, and typically people would leave information on their vendor on how to contact them offline. And then you might talk to them and ask them, hey, you know, I really would like 10,000 boards a day because I'm building this massive house or whatever. And so they would stock higher, and then you go in the next day and you could buy more. But in World of Warcraft, did you ever even speak to any of the people that you bought stuff off of in the auction house, or make any of those relationships or anything? So that's what's been my driver on this. Of course, if the way this works, if the community says we want it a certain way, and that's the only way we want it, nothing else, and that's what the community wants, then we attempt to do that. Now, if they ask for something really dumb, then we go to a stage of evaluating it, you know, to try and figure it out, to make how we can get what's needed and wanted by them without, you know, without harming the game. So, anyway, hope that answers your question. And I'd love to have you on some of our roundtables. You are welcome to come and help us brainstorm on this stuff.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I really am enjoying your roundtables for sure. So thanks for having me, and I'll go ahead and duck out. I mean, I think there's some other people that can probably jump in here. So unless of course there's room. I mean, if there's no room, then I'll just leave. But that's fine.
Well, you know, go ahead and duck out, and in the next episode, you can duck back in.
I'll definitely do that. Thanks again, and I appreciate it.
Okay, sounds good. So those of you wanting to join, it is being posted, I think, about every 10 minutes in the chat there of the Hangout URL that you can join us at, and you can just pop right in. And even if you come in and we end an episode, you can hang out, and we will pick you up on the next one. So, Fez, is that right? You're Fez, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so Fez, how are you doing today?
Not so bad.
Yeah, that's a nice color of purple you're wearing there today.
Cheers.
So, not that I ever wear any kind of flamboyant shirts at all. So,
No.
So Fez, what's on your mind?
Just sort of expanding maybe the idea. You know, we're talking about sharing houses, land, block boxes, things like that. Possible having marriages in the game, so you can marry a partner, so you can have sort of two people working together as a family, as it were.
You know, Jacques, this might go hand in hand with the family name thing.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I expressed the interest that, you know, the family name of Dragon or whatever, that I wanted to share that with a whole bunch of people. Well, if someone were to get married in the game, could they then, as long as they both didn't have the first same name, could they both share the same family name?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that can happen, right? Like you said, as long as they don't have the same first name, you know, otherwise it can create problems with the database and everything like that, right? And finding people and so on. But definitely, that is possible, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
My question: what happens when they get divorced?
There's a tribunal and annulment that happens, and
well, you know, who gets the house, who gets the chariot, you know, gets the horses.
So now I know what the horse dung is in the game for.
Yeah, you're sleeping with the shit tonight, honey. Oh God. So Fez, does that answer your question, or?
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah, it's just sort of an option that I sort of threw there to solve a couple of problems that we were looking at earlier.
Yeah. Okay.
Another sort of quick question: landowners, ownage. I know they're sort of building houses on land that you own. The land isn't huge areas, so if someone wanted to sort of build a farm, the farmland that they wanted to build on, would that possibly be able to sort of buy that at a lower price? So you could all you could do is build fences and like watering troughs, things like that.
Yeah, every land piece is going to be will be a zoned area.
Cool.
So, for instance, to control certain areas, to have certain things, like you can't just build a blacksmith anywhere, any land you have, right? It depends if it's zoned for that. The same with farming, like some land will be zoned for farming, right? And and pretty much the cost of it will definitely be different than the cost of like a mansion house in the middle of the city, right? So prices will vary where depending on the region where you are.
Yeah, I know we sort of skipped quite a few times over that on the round tables and mentioned a few times. So yeah, it's good to hear. Cheers.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Fez. I look forward to seeing you in game.
Yep.
And a little PvP. Maybe I'll kill you, take your loot.
Take your shirt.
Take your shirt. I want that purple shirt. No, you'll probably kill me. I'll attempt it, and then you'll turn around and you'll get me with your poison dagger, and it'll just be.
I'll tame the dragon from underneath you.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Fez.
Right,
So, okay, that is it for this episode. Yeti, hang on. We will be back in a few minutes, and you'll have some time. And then, if you are interested in getting on camera and asking us anything, go ahead and join back in. Even if you were asked one in the last episode, so that anyway, I just want to keep it rolling through so that new people can get in. And we'll be right back. Those of you watching live, we'll be right back in just a few minutes. And on YouTube, well, you'll have to wait about 2 hours, and the next episode will appear.